I'm going to show you how to convert your flip charts into PDFs and then upload those into Note. I can also share how you can upload these into Nearpod lessons. I have used a lot of the Active Inspire features, so before I save it as a PDF, I'm going to go to my slides and I'm going to reveal anything that is hidden. Sometimes I like to duplicate a page, so here I'm just going to duplicate that page. So this is page 1, and then if I wanted to go to the next page and then reveal what I wanted to show, you can do it that way as well. So I just go through the flip chart, reveal things that need to be revealed. On this page, I'm just going to have a page. I'm going to duplicate that. And then this way, I'm just going to reveal my answers so the students have a place to check theirs. So once you get the flip chart as you want it, I can see down here I have some problems. I want to copy and paste. And then on the second page, I will have revealed my bridge of how to solve the problem. The next step is to export this, but you go to print. When you go to print, the first thing is please make sure that you have your orientation landscape. That way each slide is filled completely. I'm going to click OK and then export to PDF. We're going to save this. So we'll save this right here as practice. And now it is saved as a PDF. As that is saving, go ahead and open your Note program. So here is Note, it is blank. You go to the lower left corner on the main menu and you want to import, and you want to import a file. I'm going to go back to where I saved that PDF lesson on my C drive, sorry about that. And scroll down, and here it was. So you're going to upload this, and each page is going to convert to a page in Note. So see how nicely that uploaded? Now I will say that, let's go back to the front. Note always inserts a blank page, so I just clicked on that middle button here, and I'm going to click the trash can. I'm going to check all the slides I want to delete, which is just that one, and then it takes it out. The next thing, while we're here before we save it, you can slide your pages to one side or the other. You have a lot of room to work over here in the margins, or if you like it to be in the middle, just keep it in the middle. You can lock each of these slides, so you're just gonna click on the object. You're gonna go to the menu button that pops up here, click lock, and now your object is locked. Now let's just save. You're just gonna do save as and save it whatever folder you prefer. And you have a note as a lesson. I'm going to pause. Now I want to share with you how you can upload that same Flipchart PDF as a Nearpod lesson. So in ClassLink, you can locate Nearpod. I'm going to go to one of my folders of my classes, and I am going to, whoops, let me back up. I am going to create my own lesson, and yes, you can start from scratch, but why start from scratch when you have all that work you've done over the years creating thousands and thousands of flip charts? So here you're going to upload a file. We're going to choose that same flip chart that we chose for our note. Here it is. And then it's going to prompt and ask you if you want it as a PDF viewer or individual slides. Of course, I'm going to always choose individual slides, and it's going to populate just like it did in Note, one slide per page. I'm going to pause this because it does take just a few minutes to process, but not too long. I'll be right back. Okay, you can see that my flip chart is now converted into my basic lesson for Nearpod, and now I can add all my action features that Nearpod offers. If you want your students to be able to draw on a page, you just click whatever page you want and you convert to draw it. It will always ask you if you want to duplicate that page. So what that means, it's going to give you the original, and then the next one is going to be the copy that the students can draw on it. I tend to always say yes, but you can play around with it and decide what you prefer. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to save it. Well, actually, let me just go ahead and show you other features. So if you wanted to add a slide, you can add content, you can add web content, which is like a web link, or an activity. So adding content, very simple. If you want to add just one specific slide, they also give you a great layout. You can do 4 elements and upload YouTubes, images, anything like that. But really what I want to share with you is one of my favorite activities is the matching pairs. So during the middle of a lesson, students are tired of, maybe taking notes or whatever, and they want to do a quick little matching pair. It's so easy. A lot of these things I already have pre-made. I already have images made. So let me locate one of my folders. Okay, so here you can see I have a bunch of quadratic graphs, and I just copied and pasted these using the snippet tool, and I just used CUDA. So I have these labeled very methodically. So I have like my answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, and then down below I have the equation that it goes with. That way I don't have to keep up with everything. So I'm going to click my graph A1, and then I'm going to upload the equation that it matches with, which is E1. And you notice this is my first pair, so I don't even have to keep up with what pair I'm on. And then when I add another one, I'm going to pick the second set, which is my A2. And then the answer to that is going to be equation 2. And again, the Nearpod keeps up with what match you're on, and I can be done. So you can put instructions here if you want to give the instructions to the students to match the equation with a graph. And let's just click Save. There are many other features of not just content, but activities. I also like the quiz, but I use the matching activities pairs most often. So when you're finished, you're just going to save and exit. You're going to name it. You're going to tell what grade, what subject. There's 2 ways you can present these. You can present these as live lessons, and that's where students come in and they log on and they just put in the code. And then as you turn the slide from the board, that's what they see on their Chromebook or their device. The other option that I do for every lesson as well, just as a tutorial, is, I think I was in here, is the student paste. Student paste is just where you can embed it in its learning, and if students were absent, they can go on and they can go at their pace and see what the lesson was about. I always like to put my date out as far out as I can, so let's just put it April 30th, and then I'm going to click apply, and then I'm going to embed it, and then I just grab this code. So I'm just going to copy, and then I go to, when I'm in its learning, here's all my Nearpod lessons. I'm just going to upload it as a note, and just Nearpod, I'm just going to call this practice. And then I use the source button and then just paste your embed code, and then it just shows up. Students do not have to log in. They can just join the session, and then they can move at their own pace. So again, just a tutorial if students missed the day. So I always have the student paste as well as using it as a live lesson. The last thing I want to share with you on how useful your Flipcharts as PDFs can be is I use Slideshare a lot just for my students. Again, it's kind of just being repetitive as the Nearpod student pace. But you can upload any of your PDFs, and I've done this for years. So I'm just going to go back to that same lesson, and I'm just going to upload it, give it a description. This is education. I don't remember what the topic was, but just fill in all the data as it uploads. When you got all the information, you're going to publish. That's going to make me type here. So now I'm going to publish. And I have my PowerPoint embedded, and I can get, we're going to share, and I'm going to get the embed code. So when you click share, just scroll back up, and we're going to right click, copy, and then I'll put this in my It's Learning as well for tutorials. Again, I make a tutorial for each lesson. And here I already have some items made, but I could just input that. And I usually put my PowerPoint before my videos. Again, I'm going to use source code. And you just paste and then save. And now I have all the tutorials. So here are just websites, and here is my PowerPoint. And in Slideshare, you can see that I have uploaded many of my flip charts, and it is just nice to go back if I ever need those. And that is 3 ways to use flip charts saved as PDFs.